Yes, guys, super cool that you clicked on this episode. As you can see, I'm at 4S Cars at Import and Export. These people mainly import and export cars. And if you actually look inside the fence, then you immediately see exclusive cars. Actually, I should say not just behind the fences, but in front of them as well, because check out this thick Mercedes G-Class Brabus, guys. Really, when you see such cars in front of the terrain, then you already know you're at the right place, that they only have really thick cars on display. So yeah, that really caught my attention. Like, I need to check this out because they have not just a nice car insurance platform where they offer cars, they actually have those cars present here on the lot. Many people say they have those cars. And then they're somewhere with another dealer or something, but anyway, these people actually have them. They really have a lot of Range Rovers here, which is really super nice with major damage, minor damage. So if you're really interested in a Range Rover, this is definitely the place to be. But guys, check this out. This is really a car. A Range Rover is something I've always wanted to own because it's luxurious, drives wonderfully, and is just a family car. Because most of you don't even know, but we both have kids, Daniel and I. I'm not really into Range Rovers, so I don't exactly know how or what, but when I see this, actually it's not too bad when you think about it. The car is pretty low too. It's mainly because these types of cars have air suspension. The air suspension only activates when you turn on the ignition, and then the car goes up. Or maybe something like an air auction was hit. When you see such damages, the great thing here is you can just look at everything and touch it without them. Unfortunately, you can't open this one. This Panamera cost, off the top of my head, 14,950 euros. And this is really a thick boss car, I must say. If you drive one like this, you really think you're king of the road, but check out the interior. These are just cars that are just new. Yes, I think around 150,000. That you can now buy for 15,000 euros. Rear damage, not too bad, right? I do see some body work behind that bumper that needs fixing, but it's all good. It is really mega high-end if you can drive in such a car. The really beautiful thing here is that you can see and touch everything. If you buy your car at an auction, you actually do not know what you are buying, and it's very important to actually look at a damaged car before you buy it. Often there's more damage than what can be seen in the photo, and that's why it's important to always take the same look. So you can assess the damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Range Rovers here already, guys. It's not that I'm looking for a Range Rover, but I do know if I am looking for one, that I'll be ringing their bell. I'm also standing next to an S6. What kind of car is this? Super fast, I think it's a V8 turbo. I would also indicate at the top corner every time how much it costs and what kind of car it is. Check it out. What a sick car. Honestly, this is one of the cars I came to see, because an S6 and RS6 is just a thick station wagon, where you can naturally transport your family. Check out those chairs, guys, the back seat too. What strikes me right away about this car is that the dashboard has opened up, and if a dashboard airbag deploys, do you also always notice that the windshield breaks because the dashboard airbag pops open against the windows, and then the front window breaks? Look, replacing a windshield isn't the hardest work naturally. The dashboard is harder to capture, and I think too that this one is not upholstered, that it's just the same as from a normal A6, but you only find out exactly once you've taken it apart. And comparing the article number to an A6 because we've also done a 1 series in the past, and it turned out, I can see myself learning to drive here, guys, but we haven't talked about the scissors yet. Really, the big scissors, because this one again has air suspension, so it's super low, and you can see it already. It is indeed positioned quite along the side. It's super dirty. Does that say something about the damage, or does it say something about the people who touched it? It's quite a damage, I must say. They also call it the Baby RS6. I believe they share a similar platform. It really is a very fast car, but you can tell right away this beam is facing out to the right, which means if you want to repair this damage, you're forced to dismantle the engine to then fix that beam. Because of course you can't have a new front, that the one broken here is attached to it. You just never get over those holes. It's just a huge job to dismantle that engine, and then, yes, replacing that beam. But is this something we want on the channel? Look, so far, we've done fairly simple cars, except for that Lambo because it was pretty much burned down. But well, is this something the channel is waiting for? A bit more damage, which means a lot more work to get that car back to where it was. Besides, the cars they have here are actually foreign, so you should also consider that you will have to pay vehicle tax on this car once it's ready. Yes, or you could import it as a damaged car, on which the vehicle tax gets lower. But I've always believed that if you just import a car with a, yes, if the car is properly repaired from damage, then you would want to pay the full vehicle tax. Because then you'll also get the most paid out from the insurance, the most money if you say yes, when your car is stolen or gets damaged or whatever. So yes, then the current value is simply higher. But when you see that S6 standing there, I really think this is truly a project. Then there's the for the channel that I personally think. Let me know in the comments if you think that's what we should buy or fix up. And besides, there is another car that has caught my attention on the website, which is a GTI Clubsport. It's Golf 7. If I understand correctly, she's asking for this 2018 Golf GTI Clubsport, if I understand correctly. 18,000 euros. I will display it again here. Yes, what really stands out to me immediately, when you look at a damaged car, always check the coolant reservoir. Because if it's empty, that tells us something about the cooler pack, that it was hit during the accident and has run out. So that you know that it will at least involve a radiator or something to fix up the car. As you can see, the bumper is on, but you can also see that there's significant damage on the back of the bumper. So that bumper actually gives way when it has been in an accident. And then the damage behind it is somewhat masked because you think that the damage is minor, but behind that bumper, the damage actually continues. So you should take that into account when buying the car. Remember that well. Bumper panels, side panels, those kinds of things don't immediately give away the damage behind them. Keep that in mind. As I see here, there's a spare wheel on it. That means this rim was completely wrecked during the accident. And I can't find that in the car either. So it might be that behind this side panel, there's massive damage there, which of course you can't see right now. Moreover, if you look inside here, you can actually see that the chassis, or, well, what is it, a part of the chassis, the door mount is actually bent. You'll also notice the door is taped up because it won't close. It's also higher. Can you tell? So there really was considerable damage done during that accident. Or accident, I should say, where the door doesn't close properly. But this is one of the cars I came to see because I want to see them in real life, not just in photos. You might think, oh, the damage isn't too bad. It's just a door, it's just a roof, it's just a side window. But that's why it's good to look at a car in real life. But it was really nice atmosphere. The steering wheel DSG, this is definitely a car I would like to drive. Now that the AMG is ready, nice spoiler on it. It's the Clubsport. I'm not much into GTIs. The roof has a few spots. Here, 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 here. That might also say something about the car.
Yes, whether it's twisted or not. I would have to check that later. Are you at my windshield?
A dashboard airbag has deployed. This car is pretty awesome though, especially because it's red. You don't come across GTs in red that often. A red GT is just cool. That's unique. I don't see that often. You always see black, gray, or Nardo-like colors. But this one was... So there will be another rim involved that you would have to buy, or you just buy a completely different rim. Like that, and then you just walk around the building. And then there are dozens of cool cars here below. We're changing this Mustang, guys. Check it out. Tucked away in a corner. Huh? Yeah, well, what's in here looks like a 6-cylinder. EcoBoost, it seems just like a 6-cylinder. I think you always have to buy a Mustang with a V8, right? It took a small hit on the front left, as you can see. The wheel is tilted inward. The whole side is gone. Yes, so if you're going to fix this up, it really needs a new side screen door. Control arm. There's quite a lot to consider, and I saw something else here on the side. Yes, so the great thing about this place is they've also got some more neutral cars, some more business-like cars, not those very sporty high-end ones. Just a simple Volkswagen Polo, you know? If that's what you're looking for, then you're definitely in the right place. And I'm not saying that because they called me to do marketing, but I always get hyped about beautiful cars. And of course, friendly people at such a company, so that's super nice. They also have a cool Maserati parked. Check this out. Minor damage, really. And if you're looking for a matte black-wrapped Range Rover, they have that too. When I saw everything outside, I went inside, because they still had a beautiful Golf 7 GTI. It has some minor damage on the front left, as you can see in the footage. It's missing quite a bit, but on the other hand, it does have some nice features. like a little spoiler lip, a nice diffuser, and a Krapovich exhaust. After I've seen this car, I made myself a cup of coffee. With my coffee in hand, I'm leaving the premises. And of course, a few potential cars. Let me know, will it be the GTI? Clubsport, is that something you guys want to see on the channel? Or an Audi S6 with major damage on the right front that we just showed? But there is indeed a chassis that needs to be replaced. Or is a Panamera interesting for the channel? Let us know what you would like to see. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you've seen a nice car on the screen, I'll add their details in the description. And then be good. I'll see you in the next episode where we might have bought one of these cars, or just have a completely different project. See you then, ciao!